And they're off. Paperback Hero out of step slow, showing speed is Ace Destroyer. Along the rail is Lil Green Machine, and now Money Matters is emerging between them. Deep on the track is Artie My Boy, and it's a gap of about 5 to Paperback Hero. Rushing up to take control, it is Money Matters, 3/4 of a length better than Ace Destroyer. 3 deep in third is Artie My Boy, who's racing a length and a half better than Lil Green Machine. And tailed off in last is Paperback Hero. 22 and 2 for the opening quarter. They race into the turn. It is Money Matters, bet down to 4 to 5 and leading the charge. Ace Destroyer is keeping tabs from second, opening up 2 lengths on Artie My Boy. It's another 3 back to Lil Green Machine, who's asked for a bit more from the rail, and Paperback Hero still has 10 lengths to make up on the leader. 1/4 of a mile to go. The half was raced in 44 and 4. They swing for home. It is Money Matters and Pierre Mailhot looking to go all the way. Ace Destroyer is still in contention from second, trying to come on from the inside. Artie My Boy is ducked to the rail. Money Matters still has the lead. Ace Destroyer trying from second, but getting leg weary. Launching a rally. Paperback Hero is making up ground, but Money Matters still has the lead. Paperback Hero flying, but not going to get to Money Matters and Pierre Mailhot. Money Matters won by 2. Paperback Hero ran on to be second, then Lil Green Machine won 10 flat. And they're off. Vital Signs broke sharply from the rail. Let's Say This is also forwardly placed with Beyond Talented. Out wide is I Live by Faith, giving a stalking spot to Autumn So Flashy, and then gapped off in last, about 8 lengths off the lead, is I'm No Sleepy Joe. 4 across the track as they race down the backstretch. It's Let's Say This. Along the rail is Vital Signs. Out wide is I Live by Faith. And in the middle is Beyond Talented. Past the quarter in 22 and 3. These 4 are exchanging blows, giving a good spot to Autumn So Flashy, who's racing about 4 lengths off of the lead in 5th. It's another gap of about 8 to I'm No Sleepy Joe. Less than 3 furlongs to go, and they are still clustered up front. I Live by Faith sticks ahead in front of Vital Signs. Let's Say This is between horses as Beyond Talented begins to tire. Swinging out wide to launch a rally is Autumn So Flashy. The half is 46 flat. They turn for home. I Live by Faith has the lead over Vital Signs down the outside. Here comes Autumn So Flashy and Rachel Slavinsky. It is I Live by Faith. Autumn So Flashy rallying down the outside. I Live by Faith trying to hold. Autumn So Flashy rallying. Vital Signs is dead game along the rail. 3 across the track at the 70-yard pole. I Live by Faith. Autumn So Flashy, 3 across the track. Vital Signs might have got up. That's a 3-horse photo. What a thriller in the second. Vital Signs along the rail. I Live by Faith in the middle. Autumn So Flashy out wide. Hold all tickets in the second. Four bounce goes in, and we are all set. They're off. Dynamic Mission broke on top, but here comes Victory March and 4 bounce, both emerging for the lead. Sir Gravenscroft is wide with Quiet Rebel between horses, and looking for position along the rail is Thy Kingdom. They race into the clubhouse turn. It is 4 bounce on top. Thy Kingdom and Victory March share second, racing 2 lengths better than Sir Gravenscroft and Quiet Rebel. At the back is Dynamic Mission. 6 furlongs left to go. It is 4 bounce now being hounded by Victory March. Bet down to 1 to 9. The opening quarter was 23-3. Thy Kingdom is stalking from the inside, racing 2 lengths better than Sir Gravenscroft. Quiet Rebel a length behind him, and tailing off in last is Dynamic Mission. They race inside the 5/8 pole. Thy Kingdom is trying to sneak up the rail to put the pressure on 4 Bounce and Victory March. The top three are head and head, racing 3 lengths better than Sir Gravenscroft, and Quiet Rebel past a half in 47-1. Still at the back, needing to make up about 8 lengths is Dynamic Mission. Into the far turn they go. Victory March has a head in front of a stubborn Thy Kingdom. 4 Bounce begins to give way. Quiet Rebel is into 4th, passing Sir Gravenscroft. Still at the back is Dynamic Mission. Just over a quarter of a mile to go. Thy Kingdom has a head in front of Victory March. 4 Bounces ask for more from 3rd. Quiet Rebel needs to do better from 4th. Sir Gravenscroft 5th. They swing for home. It is Thy Kingdom and Alexis Sanchez. Victory March needs to do better at 1-9. He has 3 lengths to make up on an extending Thy Kingdom. Thy Kingdom is powering away in the final 8th with Alexis Sanchez. It is Thy Kingdom, much the best, a dominant winner off the claim. Thy Kingdom and Alexis Sanchez's first career victory, going on to an 8-length score. Victory March defeated at 1-9. Quiet Rebel up for 3rd over 4 Bounce, 143 flat. And they're off. William Boy broke sharply with Ben Lomond along the rail. Hadassah's Devil looks for position, and from the widest post and prepared, dropping back to last early, will be Redoubt's Light. They go into the turn. It is Hadassah's Devil leading the charge under Ishmael Mascara. Ben Lomond races from 2nd in between horses with Am Prepared 3rd in the 3-path. Taking back to 4th along the inside is William Boy, and it's another 2.5 lengths back to Redoubt's Light. They race out of the turn and into the backstretch. 23-3 was the opening quarter, raced by Hadassah's Devil. Ben Lomond is 3/4 of a length back in 2nd, 2 lengths better than William Boy, who's past and prepared. And along the inside in last is Redoubt's Light. Less than 5/8 of a mile to go. Hadassah's Devil still leads the way with Ben Lomond racing from 2nd. The top 2 have opened up 3 on the next 3. William Boy in between. Redoubt's Light begins to gain position along the rail. The trailer is now Am Prepared. 47-1 for the half. Into the far turn they go, and Hadassah's Devil has opened up 3. Ben Lomond is racing 2nd. Gaining ground from 3rd is Redoubt's Light. He's opened up 4 on William Boy, and Am Prepared at the back being eased up. 5/16 of a mile left to go. Hadassah's Devil still on top. Ben Lomond 2nd, and Redoubt's Light gaining ground from 3rd. It's well back to William Boy and Am Prepared. 1 minute 12 for 3/4 of a mile. They swing for home. It is Hadassah's Devil and Ishmael Mascara on top. Ben Lomond trying to hold 2nd from a rallying Redoubt's Light. It's down to these ones. Less than 1/8 of a mile to go. Hadassah's Devil large and in charge. It's Hadassah's Devil on top by 5. The battle is for place between Ben Lomond and Redoubt's Light. Hadassah's Devil in hand. Redoubt's Light was in for 2nd over Ben Lomond. Well back to William Boy and Am Prepared. 142-1. They're off. Thelonious shows speed with Calming Influence, and up the rail is Four Knights. The Newfie Express will also be forwardly placed. Looking for a drop is Private Lake. Loquacious has found the rail, and the trailer is going to be Doodle Dandy. Four Knights makes the pace with Calming Influence and Thelonious racing as a pair. Out wide in fourth is the Newfie Express. Private Lake has found the inside, racing a length and a half better than Loquacious, and then 3 more lengths back to Doodle Dandy. The opening quarter ripped off in 23 and 2. It is Four Knights up with 3 lengths on Thelonious. Calming Influence and the Newfie Express share third, a length and a half better than Private Lake. Then it's Loquacious and another 2.5 back to Doodle Dandy. Midway down the backstretch, Four Knights is still leading the way. Not much has changed. Thelonious is second. Private Lake looks to sneak up the rail, trying to pass Calming Influence and the Newfie Express. Another 2 back to Loquacious, and Doodle Dandy is within 7 lengths of the leader. A half was raced in 47 seconds flat. Four Knights still leads the way, but here comes Private Lake gaining ground on the inside, looking menacing midway around the turn. The Newfie Express tries to get going past Thelonious. Loquacious is gaining ground up the rail. Not much from Doodle Dandy yet, with a quarter of a mile left to go. Private Lake is angled to the outside and is sweeping past Four Knights, past 3/4 in 1:12 and 1. It is Private Lake and Four Knights dueling down the stretch. Thelonious trying to hold show from the Newfie Express with 1/8 of a mile left to go. Private Lake has taken control from Four Knights. It is Private Lake and Ishmael Mascara up by a length. Four Knights is game along the inside. Private Lake has the lead. It is Private Lake and Ishmael Mascara. Back-to-back wins. Four Knights second, then the Newfie Express and Thelonious, 1:43 and 2. And they're off. Getting ahead, showing speed with Unable. Deep on the track is Makes Sense to Me. Hear Me Knocking looks for position along the inside with Love My Cheryl racing between horses. The early trailer is going to be She's a Stylish Cats, who's in the middle of the track. It is Getting Ahead, leading the way, a length and a quarter better than the pair of Unable and Hear Me Knocking. She's a Stylish Cats is into fourth on the outside. Makes Sense to Me races between horses with Love My Cheryl along the rail. 22 and 2 for the opening quarter, less than 3/8 of a mile left to go, and it is Getting Ahead on top. Unable to bet down to even money, she's racing in second. Makes Sense to Me begins to rally between horses with She's a Stylish Cats 4 wide. Love My Cheryl is in contention. The trailer is now Hear Me Knocking. They swing for home. Getting Ahead still has a lead over Unable. Diving to the inside is Love My Cheryl. Deep on the track is Makes Sense to Me. Therefore, across the track at the 8th pole. Getting Ahead still has a lead. Makes Sense to Me down the outside. Unable is tired. Love My Cheryl up the inside. Getting Ahead still leading. Getting Ahead and Chris Husbands up by a length. Love My Cheryl trying up the inside, but Getting Ahead will get the job done. Love My Cheryl was second over Makes Sense to Me and then Unable, 105 and 2. Amen to that goes in, and we are all set for the nightcap. They're off. Braking sharply was Wilberforce. Breach of Trust also showing speed from the outside. Amen to that, stalking along the rail. With Grey Deception out wide on the track is Einvaher Soldat. And the trailer as they race out of the chute will be Street Max. It is Wilberforce on a 2-length lead, followed by Breach of Trust in second, a gap of 2.5 to Einwacher Soldat from third. Street Max has gained ground racing in fourth, past a quarter in 22 and 4. At the back are Amen to that and Grey Deception. Inside the final half mile, Wilberforce is 3 lengths on top of Breach of Trust. Einwacher Soldat is still in third, 1.5 lengths better than Street Max. It's a gap of 5 back to Amen to that and another 4 to Grey Deception. Midway around the turn, little has changed. Wilberforce has the lead. Einwacher Soldat is now into second, passing Breach of Trust past a half in 46 and 1. Street Max is still 5 lengths off the lead. Amen to that tries to gain ground as they swing for home. Wilberforce is still on top. Einwacher Soldat tries to rally. He's into second, past Breach of Trust. Deep on the track is Street Max, not gaining any ground. Wilberforce has wandered to the outside, giving the rail to Einwacher Soldat, who's gaining. Still has 2 lengths to make up on Wilberforce, who's drifting back towards the fence now. It is Wilberforce, Einwacher Soldat surging, but Wilberforce holds on a length. Einwacher Soldat was second, then Street Max and Breach of Trust. 1:18 and 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fort Erie Racetrack on a beautiful Tuesday evening, much improved conditions from yesterday. Unfortunately, we are still off the turf today, but the main track is fast. It is currently 27 degrees Celsius or 81 Fahrenheit, with a wind coming from the southwest at about 9 miles per hour. We want to wish a very happy 4th of July to all our neighbors across the border. Hopefully we have plenty of fans from Buffalo celebrating Independence Day crossing over to Fort Erie for the afternoon. Visit our website, forterieracing.com, for everything Fort Erie, live streaming of the races, live race replays, and info about everything going on at the track. Tune into the pre-race show to get info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping selections, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back next week at Fort Erie, Monday and Tuesday. First post on both days will be 4:30. We have the free summer concert series back this summer at Fort Erie. Select Tuesday nights, free concerts taking place at the Tiki Bar. Our next will be on Tuesday, July 11th, featuring the Howling Horns. The dog races are coming back to Fort Erie this summer. Wiener Dogs will take the track on Sunday, July 16th. And then the Basset Hounds are coming out on Sunday, August 13th. Dog races to take place after the last horse races of the day. Mark your calendars, the 88th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes will be held on Tuesday, September 12th. Head down to the Paddock Shack for your burgers, hot dogs, sausages, fries, and poutine, plus beer and soft drinks, located right by the walking ring. Be sure to book your table in the Turfside Dining Room, open on live racing days. Reservations are strongly recommended. The new Homestretch Bar is open, located next to the Tiki Bar. Treat your team to an exciting day at the races. It's only $13.25 per person. It includes one food item, one drink, and a Fort Erie live racing program. For more information, go to our website. Become a member of HPIBet.com today. Get $100 when you bet $100, plus your first bet is on us. Tune into Your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. Smoking is allowed in designated areas only at Fort Erie Racetrack. No food or beverage is permitted in these areas, and no cannabis is allowed on the property. Coming up next are today's changes. No changes in today's first race. In race 2, number 2, Rumors Fly, will be 1 pound over at 119. Race 3 is Off the Turf. Will now be run at 5 furlongs over the main track. Steward scratched the number 2, New York Mint. Steward scratched the number 3, Savvy's Sister. And Steward scratched the number 8, Baby Mo. Race 4, an overweight on number 6, Picture Day Jessica. The rider will be 3 pounds over at 113. In race 5, the number 2, Westpaw, will be 2 pounds over at 122. Vet scratched the number 4, Pacenza. And the number 5, Hasn't Hit Me Yet, will be 4 pounds over at 124. Race 6 is Off the Turf. It will now be run at 6 1/2 furlongs over the main track. Cancel the Jackpot High Five once again due to scratches. Jackpot High Five carryover will move into a Monday's card. Steward scratched the number 3, Menagerie. Steward scratched the number 5, Lady of the Fort. Steward scratched the number 6, Brian of Tarth. Also eligible number 9, Tequila's Melody, will draw in. Change the rider to Chris Husbands. So we had a great family fun day yesterday. Strong support. We had a nice crowd here on the track. Large wagering handle continues here at Fort Erie. I want to thank everybody for supporting us. Let's take a look at today's 6-race card. Race 1 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. We're going to sprint 5 furlongs for a price of $62.50 down to $6,000. Field of 5 going here. I'm going to go with the number 4, Let's Run 2, going for the Tony Adamo barn with apprentice Rachel Slavinsky. This filly ran second in her Fort Erie debut against non-winners of 3 allowance types, then took the drop in for $62.50. She was heavily favored that day, but did not fire over the sloppy track. The conditions should be much more to her liking today. She's not catching the toughest field ever. Slight class drop on the number 1, JMR Gemma, who's been racing for $8,000. She broke very slowly in her first start of the year, passed a few tiring foes. Then on June 26th, she showed a bit more speed, was in a clustered pace, and then weakened. She could be a speed threat from the rail and gets a bit of class relief here. Going to round things out with number 2, Pennies from Above. This one goes for trainer Tom Steer. Pierre Mailhot has the ride. She won her only start of the season on May 30th. showing speed and drawing clear in the stretch to win by 2 1/4 lengths against 62.50 nom-winners of 2. Now takes that next step up. We'll see if Pennies from Above can double up. Race 2 is a maiden claimer for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. We're going to travel 6 furlongs for a price of $4,000 down to $3,750. Another field of 5 here. We have a Woodbine Invader from the Bev Chubb barn, number 4, Gypsy Magic. Juan Crawford, the regular rider for Bev Chubb. This one ran an okay race last year in October, went 6th by 2.5 lengths on debut. She's never lived back to that. Her 2 starts this year. The first one was an okay 5th. Then was a little disappointing on June 15th, racing for $7,000 at Woodbine. Daughter of Silent Name has a little bit of dirt pedigree. We'll see if the class relief here could wake her up. Number 1, Big Bang Blue, is another Woodbine Invader, moving from the barn of Ralph Biamont into the barn of trainer Sharon Chicato. This one ran an okay 4th for maiden $10,000 at Woodbine on May 26th, but then did not live up to it when facing a few class droppers on June 22nd. She was a very flat 8th. Takes that big plunge in for $4,000, which could wake her up. Then to round things out, the number 3, Be a Majestic Gigi. She did not want to come out of the starting gate in the Summer Solstice Cup. Broke very slowly and trailed the field. Came back in a maiden special weight on June 13th and was a distant 3rd. We saw Getting Ahead come out of that race to win against a non-winner of 2 allowance group yesterday. Be a Majestic Gigi, another one taking the big drop in for $4,000. And unlike the other 2, we know she has some dirt experience. Off the turf for race number 3, it's a claiming race. Fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2023 or which have never won 4. Going to sprint 5 furlongs for a price of $5,000 down to $4,750. A few big scratches here, most notably the number 8, Baby Mo, who is taking a sharp class drop from Woodbine. With the move to the dirt, I'm going to go with a bit of a long shot. Might not be a long shot come post time, though. The number 7, Remember Old Times. Remember Old Times rattled off 3 consecutive wins last fall, but hasn't been quite as good so far this year. Was a distant 4th over a sloppy track for $8,000 on June 12th. Jungle Goddess went to the lead and improved her position that day. It was a pretty speed-favoring track. Remember Old Times. Can be forwardly placed. Should have some speed to follow. Could trip out here under apprentice Amanda Vandermeersch. Logical horse here is number 4, Sweet Finale. She caught a 3-horse field on June 12th. Simply was just clearly the best. She won by almost 4 lengths. She's very consistent. She's been in the top 3 in 11 of her 14 career starts. She has that speed. The Buttigieg barn has been very live. You have Chris Husbands aboard. Just a hard horse to knock here. Rounding things out with the 5, Miss P's Bella, who's been a pretty nice horse since she's come to Fort Erie last year. She can pick up checks on any surface. She ran 2nd behind a runaway Fun Cool on June 27th in the slop. You can forgive her June 13th race. That track was all speed and she could not keep up. Snell Flicka was able to go wire to wire that day. With a more fair surface, Miss P's Bella could turn out to be a contender. Filly and mare, non-winners of 2, going to go 5 furlongs in race number 4, claiming price of $4,000. Field of 6 here. Coming back to Fort Erie after a little bit of a Woodbine campaign is the number 5, Natasha's Business. She had a couple of okay races at the start of the season at Woodbine. Her race on April 22nd, where she finished 4th, was pretty good. She had a bit of trouble that day, but she's just gotten worse as the season has gone on, so she's coming back to Fort Erie and taking that big drop in for 4. We know she likes the dirt. She broke her maiden last year in the Summer Solstice Cup. We're going to see if the class drop and the surface change could help this speedy daughter of Fed Biz out. Morning line favorite is another Woodbine Invader, number 4, Shelley the Rocket, coming in for trainer John Charlambis. Apprentice Deshaun Bino has the call. Shelley the Rocket, regular story with her is she shows speed, can't hold on. Shows speed, gets tired. We're going to see if the dirt can carry her speed a little bit. She's had a couple of slow works over the training track at Woodbine so far this year. But working on the dirt and racing on it can be 2 very different things. Number 2, Papa's Silver, was a maiden winner off the claim on June 6th, won pretty comfortably. Then took on non-winners of 2 for the first time on June 26th. Very even 4th, takes the drop in for $4,000, and that could be enough to pick up a check here. Starter optional claimer, fillies and mares going in race number 5. They need to have started for a price of $5,000 or less in the last 2 years, or they can go for a claiming price of $10,000. We're going to go 6 furlongs. I like the outside runner, Jara, for Richard Davis and leading owner Bruno Chickadans. Pierre Mailhot has the call. She ran on June 6th and finished second behind Lone Speed Determined Love at the one other than optional 12.5 level. The concern here is that she hasn't raced since June 6th and she hasn't worked either. She seemed like a logical horse for the long-run thoroughbred Aftercare on Father's Day, but she did not show up there. This is a horse who has had gaps before. Obviously, Richard Davis feels you need to take her time with this one. When she's good though. She likes Fort Erie. She runs well here more often than not. She had a pretty good race at Woodbine on April 29th where she had some trouble. If she's 100% and ready to go, I think Jara is the class of this field. Number 3, Gimbala. What a nice mare. 11 wins in 48 starts, 12 seconds, 5 thirds. She is a racehorse. She was a distant third in the long-run thoroughbred Aftercare on Father's Day. It's been a little disappointing so far this year, but you know she's capable of better when she's at her best. John Sims and Brandon Boulanger, also always a dangerous combination. Close things out, we have a Woodbine claim. Number 1, Cozy Valentine. Julie Mathis and Bruno Chickadans claimed this mare for $7,500 when she won against non-winners of 3 on June 10th. Cozy Valentine is a mare that I rubbed this winter in Florida for trainer Mike McDonald. She's a pretty nice horse. I liked her a lot when I had her. She ran second on the dirt at Gulfstream on January 11th, so we know she can handle the surface here today. If she can handle that jump out of conditioned company into the open starter ranks, Cozy Valentine could be a threat under rider Kirk Johnson. Last race of the day, maiden allowance, fillies and mares, off the turf, going to travel 6 1/2 furlongs on the main track. Scratch down to a field of 6, so the jackpot high 5 will not go today. It will be moved into tomorrow's card, or into Monday's card, I should say. I'm going to go with number 8, Jimmy Is a Breeze, another John Sims and Brandon Boulanger runner. She was scratched out of the maiden stake on opening day and then showed back up last week on June 26th, going 1 mile and 70 yards in the slop. She went to the lead, got tired, but was pretty resilient to get back for second. She was past her second for a second there. Never going to beat Donna Rumma that day, but we know she can handle the dirt a little bit. The cutback to 6 1/2 furlongs probably suits her well. For a horse to run as well off the layoff at 1 mile 70 yards as she did is a pretty impressive thing. She's just not catching a very tough field today. I expect Jimmy Is a Breeze to get the long-awaited maiden win. Interesting invader is the number 4, Super Cool Storm. Charles Fipke relocates this one to the barn of trainer Mickey Neubauer. You don't see too many running lines from Meydan in Dubai here at Fort Erie, but alas, we have a few here. This horse has been pretty flat in most of her career, but she did have an okay third in a turf route at the fairgrounds. The real thing working for her in her favor is the big class drop from the company she's faced at Keeneland, New Orleans, Churchill Downs to the Fort Erie company she catches today. Then to round things out, first-time starter number 9, Tequila's Melody, draws in off the also eligibles. Chris Husbands picks up the mount. Daughter of Shackelford was a pretty inexpensive purchase at the Keeneland sale back in 2020, $2,500. Got a few works on her page. Trainer Claudia Rabstein and owner David Tomlinson have done okay together here at Fort Erie. They're going to see if Tequila's Melody is ready to go for a good performance on debut. So let's look at our 6-race card today. 21 minutes to first post. Best of luck with all of your wagers.
It's easy to make a bet on HPIBet.com. Follow these simple steps and you'll be betting in no time. First, go to the HPIBet.com website. Sign in to your HPIBet account. Find the track and race you want to bet on. Click on the Place Bet button. Click on the bet type you want to wager with. Click on the amount you want to wager. Click on the horse you want to wager on. Click on the green Place Bet button. Review your bet confirmation information. It's all done. Remember, all this can be done on most mobile devices. Now cheer on your pick to victory.
We're back with another day of racing here at the Fort. This time, though, on the 4th of July. So happy 4th of July to all of our friends in the States, those on site and those tuning in to the simulcast feed. We kick it off with an event for non-winners of the free lifetime and for the $6,250 tag. These fillies and mares are set to go 5 furlongs on the main track. And looking at the group, I landed on the number 2, Pennies from Above, who finally was able to get her second lifetime win in her only start this season, and it was a great performance from her. She faced 7 other rivals in that field, and looking at the trip that she got, she was forwardly placed, ended up drawing clear by over 2 lengths, and in the past, she was always kind of knocking at the kind of, getting that second lifetime win, and she wasn't able to do so. But in terms of figures, she had some of the best figures against that field last time out, was able to get it done. And just knowing that horses sometimes need that confidence boost, it's not rare to see them kind of repeat back-to-back starts. So really liked what we saw, and I think looking at her figures once again, some of the strongest ones in the field. So I'll use Pennies from Above. Pure Mailhot has the mount. The number 1, JMR Gemma, this one of the John Sims farm. Claimed her late last year for $5,000, wintered her. And then in her 2 starts this season, she faced $8,000 claimers and didn't fare too well. I do think both fields, they were tough fields. She's going to get some class relief today. She's going to make that 3rd start off the layoff, while also shortening that. She raced at 5.5 and more recently 6.5 furlongs. Now just has to go 5/8. So I think the cutback and class relief should be something that helps her. And then finally, the number 4, Let's Run 2. Now this one was 8-5 on the morning line. Has gone off favorite in that last start and actually took a lot of respect 2 starts back. And 2 starts back is the effort that I'm keen in on. I think anything close to that would certainly make her a major contender against this group. But last time out, she didn't handle the slot all too well. She only beat a couple runners in there, was defeated by almost 6 lengths. So she's a little bit inconsistent. And I know, you look at that race 2 back and you say it was allowance level. I'm not sure if it was truly allowance level. It was certainly a little bit tougher than she faced last time out. And the class relief didn't help her, but in that allowance event, she was close to the pace, and notice the blinkers go on today. So I think the equipment change is key. Plus, she gets the 5-pound weight break with Rachel Slavinsky booked to ride. So I think that's something to note as well. Maybe she'll be more forward from the get-go. But for me, the number 2, Pennies from Above, is my top pick. Good luck.
Filly and Mare Claimers making their way on track for today's first race. Non-winners of 3 going to go 5 furlongs for a price of $62.50 down to $6,000. Race 1 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent early pick 4 wagering. First to parade, number 1 is JMR Gemma. Brandon Boulanger rides for trainer John Sims, who owns in partnership with Denise Carpenter. Away from parade, number 2 is Pennies from Above. Pierre Mailhot rides for trainer Tom Steer and owner Richard Walpole. Number 3 is JMR Bold Vision. Amanda Vandermeersch in the saddle for trainer Stephen Chirkop and owner JMR Racing Incorporated. Bermuda Blue Farms owns the 4, Let's Run 2. Rachel Slavinsky will ride for trainer Tony Adamo. And completing the field, number 5 is Lime. Deshaun Bino rides for trainer Julie Mathis and owner Bruno Schickadans. 5 minutes to post for today's first race. Starting gate has taken position at the 5 furlong pole. We have 2 minutes to post for the opener. Field for race 1, heading up to the starting gate. It is now post time. 8-5 favorite is number 4, Let's Run 2. A close second choice at 9-5 is number 2, Pennies from Above. 2-1 on the rail runner, JMR Gemma. Any one of these three could end up favored in the last tick. Field of 5 for the opener. First to load will be JMR Gemma with Brandon Boulanger. Pennies from Above and Pierre Mailhot, currently the slight favorite at 8-5. JMR Bold Vision with Amanda Vandermeersch. Let's Run 2, Rachel Slavinsky, gate 4. The outside goes to Lime with Deshaun Bino. All set. And they're off. Lime broke a touch slowly. Pennies from Above showing speed with JMR Gemma to her outside. Deep on the track is Let's Run 2. JMR Gemma takes back and Lime begins to gain ground after that slow beginning. They race inside the half-mile pole. Let's Run 2 has taken a half-length lead over Pennies from Above. Lime is into third in the three-path, passing JMR Bold Vision. And the trailer is now JMR Gemma. They're spread out by about 6 lengths, and the opening quarter was raced in 22-2. Let's Run 2 at 8-5 has opened up 2.5 lengths on Pennies from Above and Lime, who races a pair. JMR Gemma has angled to the outside, passing JMR Bold Vision as they swing for home. Let's Run 2 has opened up 3 at the head of the lane. It is Let's Run 2. Pennies from Above is second over a rallying JMR Gemma. The other two look finished at the 8th pole, a half mile in 45-3. It is Let's Run 2 and Rachel Slavinsky going on to a comfortable victory in the opener. Let's Run 2 by about 5. JMR Gemma got up for second over Pennies from Above, and then JMR Bold Vision, 58-1. Unofficial in the opener, the winner is number 4, Let's Run 2. Number 1, JMR Gemma, went off as the 6-5 favorite and ended up second. Third was number 2, Pennies from Above. And fourth, number 3, JMR Bold Vision. Unofficial race 1 order, 4-1-2-3. Race 1 is now official. Back to the winner's circle, the official winner of today's first race, number 4, Let's Run 2. She's a 4-year-old bay filly by Run Happy out of Tiz Twice, bred in Kentucky by Claiborne Farm. Ridden to an easy victory today by apprentice Rachel Slavinsky. Trained by Tony Adamo for owner Bermuda Blue Farm. That is lifetime win number 3 in 17 starts for Let's Run 2, who completed the 5 furlongs today in a time of 58 and 1. Let's Run 2 pays 520, 240, and 210. Number 1, JMR Gemma, 240 and 210. And number 2, Pennies from Above, 220. $2 exacta, 4-1, $10.30. The $1 try, 4-1-2. $11.90. $1 super, 4-1-2-3, $14.35. The free summer concert series is back this year at Fort Erie. Select Tuesday nights, we're going to have free concerts taking place at the Tiki Bar after the races. Our next concert will be on Tuesday, July 11th, featuring the Howling Horns. "20 minutes to post for today's second race, start of the Pick 5. Only changes in overweight. The number 2, Rumors Fly, will be 1 pound over at 119.
Race 2 is for fillies and mares. $4,000 maiden claimer is set to go 6 furlongs here on the main track. I'll start with the number 3, Be Majestic Gigi. This one on the Julie Mathis barn. Melanie Pinto is going to climb aboard this Daughter of Boys at Tuscanova for the first time. I think that's a key sign, as well as her last effort. I mean, she didn't show much in her first start as a 3-year-old, but she stepped up second time out against maiden special weight competition, going slightly shorter at 5/8. And the top two, I think, on paper, they looked like the best horses. Really, they were kind of standouts. But this one raced pretty well. I know she was well beaten, but even going back to her lone appearance last year as a 2-year-old, she got over this track quite nicely and finished third on debut. So I just expect with another start under her belt, now making her 4th career start, she can take another step forward. The number 1, Big Bang Blue. This one on the Sharon Chicato barn now joins the barn. Was previously trained by Ralph Biamonte. Didn't show anything on debut last year as a 2-year-old. Would put this one on the sidelines for nearly 11 months, just over 11 months. And she raced well in her first start now as a 3-year-old. She finished 4th. She made up some ground in the stretch, and she was only beaten by 3 1/4. Now, last time out, she never really got rolling. The pace was slow, and I think she just, didn't fire at all. So curious to see what she'll do in her first dirt start. It's worth noting, prior to her other races, she was training over the training track up at Woodbine and did have some speedy drills, so hopefully she will handle the service just fine. Then finally, the number 4, Gypsy Magic. This is another Woodbine shipper. This one for the Beverly Chubb barn has yet to hit the board in 4 starts, but she is getting class relief once again. And I think the big thing is she's trying a new surface, which can always wake these ones up. But she's going to need to show more than she has so far. And just coming down from Woodbine, I think she might be a short price in here. So I'm going with one of the local horses, the number 3, Be Majestic Gigi, on top. Good luck.
Field for today's second race is making their way on track, maiden claiming fillies and mares. Traveling 6 furlongs for a price of $4,000 down to $3,750. Field of 5 here. Race 2 offers Win Play Show, Exactor, 20-cent try, Double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent pick 5 wagering. Post parade for race 2, number 1 is Big Bang Blue. Rachel Slavinsky rides for trainer Sharon Chicado and owner CEC Farms. Rumors Fly, the number 2, Chris Husbands in the saddle for trainer Kevin Buttigieg and owner Colebrook Farms. Number 3 is Bia Majestic Gigi. Melanie Pinto rides for trainer Julie Mathis and owners Joseph and Charles Loacano. Bev Chubbs owns and trains the number 4, Gypsy Magic, ridden today by Juan Crawford. And away from parade, number 5 is Ms. Gemma. Kirk Johnson in the saddle for trainer Ken Albu and owner Six Brothers Stable. 3 minutes to post for today's second race. Starting gate has taken position at the 6 furlong mark. Not much time left to get your race 2 wagers in. Field for race 2 is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. 8-5 favorite is Woodbine Invader, number 4, Gypsy Magic. First to load is the 1, Big Bang Blue. Rachel Slavinsky aboard, looking for the sweep of the early double. Gate 2 for Rumors Fly and Chris Husbands. Be a Majestic Gigi and Melanie Pinto to gate 3. Be a Majestic Gigi walks in. 3-2, now 8-5 on Gypsy Magic and Juan Crawford. Last up will be the gray, Ms. Gemma with Kirk Johnson. All set. And they're off. Out in a good line, Gypsy Magic showing speed with Be a Majestic Gigi from the center. Ms. Gemma is deep on the track, a length better than Rumors Fly and Big Bang Blue. The race down the backstretch inside the 5 furlong pole, and Be a Majestic Gigi is opened up 2 lengths. They're clustered up at the back now. Ms. Gemma on the outside, Big Bang Blue advancing along the rail. In the middle are Rumors Fly and Midway down the backstretch, 22-4 for the opening quarter. They race into the turn. It is Be a Majestic Gigi. Now gaining ground is Big Bang Blue, opening up 2 on Rumors Fly and Gypsy Magic. Ms. Gemma is now the trailer with 5/16 of a mile to go. Big Bang Blue is stuck a neck in front of Be a Majestic Gigi. The top 2 are now 7 clear of Rumors Fly and Gypsy Magic, who needs to do better. Ms. Gemma is the trailer. The half in 46-3. Big Bang Blue has assumed control from Be a Majestic Gigi, who's laying in down the stretch. The top 2 are still well clear of Rumors Fly and Gypsy Magic. Inside the furlong pole, Big Bang Blue and Rachel Slavinsky are drawing off easily. It is Big Bang Blue up by about 6. Big Bang Blue, a much the best winner in the second. Be a Majestic Gigi well clear in second. Rumors Fly going to be, Gypsy Magic going to be third over Rumors Fly, 1-11-3. Unofficial in race 2, the winner is number 1, Big Bang Blue. Second was the 3, Be a Majestic Gigi. Third, number 4, Gypsy Magic. And fourth, number 2, Rumors Fly. Unofficial race 2 order is 1-3-4-2. Unofficial winner of today's second race, number 1, Big Bang Blue, returns to the winner's circle. 3-year-old chestnut filly by Big Blue Kitten out of Madam G. A homebred in Ontario for CEC Farms. Trained by Sharon Chicotto, apprentice Rachel Slavinsky sweeps the early double on today's card. Big Bang Blue breaks the maiden in attempt number 4, taking her Fort Erie debut. 6 furlongs in a time of 1:11.3. Hold all tickets until race 2 is made official. Race 2 is official. Prices are up. Big Bang Blue pays $5.10, $3.10, and $2.10. Number 3, Be a Majestic Gigi, $3.70 and $2.20. Number 4, Gypsy Magic, $2.10. $2 Exacta, $1.3, $13 even. The $1 Try, $1.34, $12 even. $1 Super, $1.342, $23.05. And the $2 Double for $1, $13.70. 21 minutes to post for today's third race, start of the late pick 4. Two claims out of today's second race. Number 5, Ms. Gemma, claimed by Michael Bellissimo and moves to the barn of trainer Roy Augustino. Also claimed was the winner, Big Bang Blue, claimed by Krista Clemmer, moves to the barn of trainer John Sims. We want to wish a very happy birthday to one of Fort Erie's finest riders, Christopher Husbands. Happy birthday, Chris, and best of luck on the rest of today's card. Off the turf for race 3, it will be run at 5 furlongs over the main track. 3 Steward scratches, number 2, New York Mint, number 3, Savvy Sister, and number 8, Baby Mo. Scratch numbers 2, 3, and 8. 19 minutes to post.
Race 3, we have $5,000 claimers, fillies, and mares in a race that was originally carded for 5 furlongs on the turf, now moves to the main track at that same distance. And looking at this field, I think a horse that may benefit now from this race being moved to the main track is the number 4, Sweet Finale. Kevin Buttigieg and his connections have done great with this horse in terms of her management. She certainly loves it here at Fort Erie. When you look at her record, has had a lot of success here on the main track, and looking at her first start off that long layoff, she was much the best in that dated claiming event back on June 12th. She won by nearly 4 lengths in that race as the favorite. And as I've mentioned, when you look at what she's done in her career, she's done very little wrong. Chris Husband stays with her in here. I think she's the one to beat on paper. Other ones to consider: the number 7, Remember Old Times. I'm still waiting for her to kind of get back to form. I mean, you look at her last year, late in the season, she was able to break her maiden, then pick up her second and third lifetime wins all in a row. She did them quite easily when she was just sitting off the pace early on and made a nice late run to blow by them. But so far this season, we haven't seen that ability from her. She's really tired in both of her races. She has been against tougher in both as well, so maybe the class relief helps her. She also gets a weight break today. Amanda Vandermeer, who I think has been riding very well here and even up at Woodbine so far this season, gets that 5-pound weight break with her. So I think that's a key thing to note as well. So I do give her another shot in here. And then from there, I think it's wide open. Julie Mathis has a couple in here. Can maybe make a case for either of them. I do think the number 5, Miss P's Bella, raced very well last time out over and off track. She was just second best behind Fun Cool. No one was going to catch Fun Cool in this stretch, but Miss P's Bella was, clear of Dreaming of a Passion, who was third in there. I thought she raced pretty well. She's done very well in a limited number of starts on the main track. When you look at her form, she's raced a lot on the synthetic and the turf. So willing to use her in here. Kirk Johnson has the call, but for me, the number 4, Sweet Finale, I thought was a standout.
Field for today's third race is making their way on track. Filly and Mare's Claimers, which have not won a race in 2023 or which have never won 4. Going to travel 5 furlongs on the main track. This race is off the turf. Claiming price of $5,000 down to $4,750. Race 3 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent late pick 4. Leading the post parade, number 1 is West Lodge Intrigue. Melanie Pinto rides for trainer Julie Mathis and owner Bruno Schickadans. Scratch numbers 2 and 3. Number 4 is Sweet Finale. Chris Husband's in the saddle for trainer Kevin Buttigieg, who part owns with Dee Snowden. Number 5 is Miss P's Bella. Kirk Johnson has the call for trainer Julie Mathis and owner David Mathis. Pass I Peach Stables, owners of the number 6 Snell Flicka. Brandon Boulanger will ride for trainer Mike Blake. Completing the field, number 7 is Remember Old Times. Amanda Vandermeers rides for trainer Josh Robillard and owner Radcliffe Racing Stable. Scratch the 8. We have 3 minutes to post for today's third race. Starting gate in position, not much time left to get your race 3 wagers in. Heading up to the starting gate for race 3, it is now post time. Heavy favorite at 3-5 is number 4, Sweet Finale. Second choice at 7-2 is the 6, Snell Flicka. 4-1 on the outside runner, Remember Old Times. Field of 5, about to go 5. First up will be the 10-year-old West Lodge Intrigue with Melanie Pinto. Sweet Finale bet down to 1-2. Birthday boy Chris Husbands aboard. Miss P's Bella. Kirk Johnson aboard, one of 2 from the Mathis shed row. Snell Flicka with Brandon Boulanger, a last out winner. Last up will be Remember Old Times with Amanda Vandermeersch. All set. They're off. They broke in a very good line. Sweet Finale has her head in front. West Lodge Intrigue on the rails. Snell Flicka also coming out well. Miss P's Bella takes back to last. On the outside in fourth is going to be Remember Old Times. They're spread out by only about 3 lengths. It's going to be Snell Flicka taking the lead into the turn with Remember Old Times racing into second. West Lodge Intrigue back into third along the rail. 1.5 lengths better than Sweet Finale. And the trailer is still Miss P's Bella. The opening quarter raced in 22-3. It is Snell Flicka, 3/4 of a length on top of Remember Old Times. Angling out to make a run now is Sweet Finale. West Lodge Intrigue still watching from fourth. Miss P's Bella trails. They swing for home. Snell Flicka looking to go all the way. Remember Old Times has lost second to Sweet Finale, who's rallying down the outside. Now Sweet Finale sticks her head in front. It is Sweet Finale and Snell Flicka dueling down the final furlong. Remember Old Times drifting in, trying to hold third. Sweet Finale has the lead. Snell Flicka trying, but as they come down to the wire, it is Sweet Finale and Chris Husbands. 3/4 of a length. Snell Flicka second, then Remember Old Times and West Lodge Intrigue, 58-3. Unofficial in today's third race, the winner is number 4, Sweet Finale. Second, number 6, Snell Flicka. Third, number 7, Remember Old Times. And fourth, number 1, West Lodge Intrigue. Unofficial race 3 order, 4, 6, 7, 1. Unofficial winner of today's third race, number 4, Sweet Finale, returns to the winner's circle. Sweet Finale is a 5-year-old chestnut mare by Conquest Curlinate out of Sweet Determination. Bred here in Ontario by Tom Mountain and Lionel Pereira. Sweet Finale was ridden to victory today by the birthday boy, Chris Husbands. Trained by Kevin Buttigieg, who owns in partnership with D. Snowden. That's lifetime win number 5 in 15 starts for Sweet Finale, the model of consistency. She is 2 for 2 this season, completing the 5 furlongs today in a time of 58-3. Hold all tickets until race 3 is made official. It's official. Sweet Finale delivers at 4 to 5, 360, 240, 210. Number 6, Snell Flicka, $3 and 230. Number 7, Remember Old Times, 220. $2 Exacta, 4-6, 940. $1 Try, 467, 940. $1 Super, 4671, 2765. $2 Double, 1-4, 1010. And the $1 Pick 3, 1505. The winner was claimed, Sweet Finale, claimed by Isaac Waxman and Mary Lynn Augustino. Moves to the barn of trainer Roy Augustino. Treat your team to an exciting day at the races. It's only $13.25 per person. The track pack includes 1 food item, 1 drink, and a Fort Erie live racing program. For more information, go to our website. Changes for race 4. Number 6, Picture Day Jessica, will be 3 pounds over at 113. And take note that apprentice Alexis Sanchez will carry a whip. 20 minutes to post.
Race 4 is our final pick 3 on the day. It is for fillies and mares in search of that second lifetime win, claiming price of $4,000 and a distance here of 5 furlongs on the main track. I think on paper, a lot of people will go between the number 4, Shelley the Rocket, and the 5, Natasha's Business. I give the edge to the number 5, Natasha's Business, because I think the big thing is she's going to get back on the dirt today here at Fort Erie. You look at her season so far, she hasn't raced the best. Her best finishes have been 4th place finishes. She's had a 48 by her speed figure in those efforts, but she hasn't been able to hit, the board yet. And go back to last year. When you look at her performances, yes, she was 1 for 10, but she was 8 for 10 in the money, and those were all of, looking at her races. She hit the board at Fort Erie. She was able to graduate. Then she was kind of knocking on her second lifetime win for quite some time and was unable to do so, but she did face some nice horses. Looking at some of the winners of those races, one would come back to win later a cup race on Prince of Wales Day, and I just think looking at kind of where she fits here at Fort Erie. But don't forget, those were allowance level non-winners of 2 life. Now she's in for 4,000. Her go-to rider, Kirk Johnson's back aboard. For all those reasons, she is my top pick. I do think the number 4, Shelley the Rocket, is going to have something to say here in terms of the pace scenario. This one's been forwardly placed throughout her career. You can see she has speed, but the big difference is looking at last year as a 3-year-old. She was able to sustain her bid a bit better, and now she's getting tired. Last time out, she tired at 5 furlongs up at Woodbine, well in for 7,500. Yes, she's dropping in class, but I think she's going to be a short price in here. And the surface, it isn't unknown for her. So I decided to go with a horse that had those local performances that were quite strong. And then finally, to round it out, the number 3, Vermont Holiday. I'd like to see Melanie Pinto climb back aboard. You look at those races last year when this one was trying to graduate locally at Fort Erie. Her better performances was with Melanie in the irons, and I think Melanie's been able to get this horse to go to the front and relax a bit, and I think again, from a pace perspective, she could be forwardly placed and at least hang around for a share. But for me, the number 5, Natasha's Business, is where I landed on the top spot.
Claiming fillies and mares making their way on track for today's fourth race. These are non-winners of two who are going to sprint 5 furlongs for a price of $4,000. Race 4 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, and 20-cent pick 3 wagering. Post parade for race 4. Number 1 is Forest Choice. Amanda Vandermeersch rides for trainer George Newland and owner Leroy Leslie. Away from parade, number 2 is Papa's Silver. Lenny Seacharam will ride for trainer Joe Humber and owner Robert Elkins. Number 3 is Vermont Holiday. Melanie Pinto has the call for trainer Julie Mathis and owner David Mathis. Number 4, Shelley the Rocket. Deshaun Bino rides for trainer John Charlambus and owner David Rogers. Radcliffe Racing Stable, owner of the number 5, Natasha's Business. Kirk Johnson will ride for trainer Barrington Sadu. And completing the field, number 6 is Picture Day Jessica. Alexis Sanchez rides for owner trainer Dale Powell. 4 minutes to post for race 4. Starting gate in position, we have 1 minute to post for race 4. Heading up to the starting gate for today's 4th race, it is now post time. 8-5 on Woodbine Invader, Shelley the Rocket. 5-2 second choice is the 5, Natasha's Business. Set to begin loading. First up will be the 1, Forest Choice, under Amanda Vandermeersch. Forest Choice goes in. Gate 2 for Papa's Silver and Lenny Seacharan. Vermont Holiday and Melanie Pinto. Deshaun Bino aboard Shelley the Rocket, bet down to 3-2. Natasha's Business and Kirk Johnson. Last to load will be Picture Day Jessica with Alexis Sanchez. All set. And they're off. Shelley the Rocket broke best along the rail. Forest Choice is showing speed. Papa's Silver takes back with Vermont Holiday racing between horses. Natasha's Business wide on the track. And the trailer is going to be Picture Day Jessica. They race into the turn, rushing up the rail to put the pressure on is Vermont Holiday with Forest Choice. Shelley the Rocket is back into 3rd, 2 lengths better than Papa's Silver. Natasha's Business is 5th, and the trailer is still Picture Day Jessica. 22-3 for the opening quarter. Shelley the Rocket begins to gain ground on Vermont Holiday and Forest Choice. It's a gap of 3 back to Papa's Silver. Natasha's Business is yet to respond, and Picture Day Jessica still trails. They swing for home, and Shelley the Rocket is taking control once again. Forest Choice is battling on in 2nd. Vermont Holiday 3rd, trying to rally up the rail is Papa's Silver. Within the final furlong, Shelley the Rocket has opened up 3. It is Shelley the Rocket and Deshaun Bino widening in the final 70 yards. Shelley the Rocket going on to win by about 5. Forest Choice held second over Vermont Holiday and Papa's Silver, 59 flat. Unofficial in race 4, the winner is number 4, Shelley the Rocket. Second, number 1, Forest Choice. Third, number 3, Vermont Holiday. And fourth, number 2, Papa's Silver. Unofficial race 4 order, 4-1-3-2. Shelley the Rocket takes her Fort Erie debut, now returning to the winner's circle. She's a 4-year-old bay filly by Palace out of Old Valeria, bred in Florida by Rice Horse Stable. Ridden to victory today by apprentice Deshaun Bino. Shelley the Rocket is trained by John Charlambus for owner David Rogers. That's lifetime win number 2 in 14 starts for Shelley the Rocket. She takes to the Fort Erie dirt, completing the 5 furlongs in a time of 59 flat. Hold all tickets until race 4 is made official. It's official, Shelley the Rocket. $9, $4.80, and $3.20. Goes off at 7-2 off of the 8-5 morning line. Number 1, Forest Choice, $5 and $3.30. And the 3, Vermont Holiday, $6.60 to show. $2 exacta, 4-1, $28.70. The $1 try, 4-1-3, $70.10. $1 super, 4-1-3-2. $273.60. $2 double, a pair of fours, $13.90. $1 pick 3, $25.60, and the $1 pick 4, $52.15. We had a few claims out of today's 4th race. Number 1, Forest Choice, claimed by Mary Lynn Augustino, goes to the barn of trainer Roy Augustino. The winner, Shelley the Rocket, claimed by Harvey Bussey and John Sims, goes to the barn of trainer John Sims. Mark your calendars, the 88th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes will be held on September 12th. Race 5 coming up in 19 minutes. An overweight on number 2, Westpaw, will be 2 pounds over at 122. Vet scratch the number 4, Pacenza. And number 5, Hasn't Hit Me Yet, will be 4 pounds over at 124.
Late double time here in race number 5, a competitive starter optional claiming event for fillies and mares, a distance here of 6 furlongs on the main track. I'm excited to see the number 1, Cozy Valentine, the 9 to 5 morning line favorite, make her Fort Erie debut. Now, she does have a limited number of starts on the dirt, 5 to be exact, but it's interesting to see her career. She debuted on the dirt at Gulfstream Park a couple of years back, was able to graduate while in for a tag, and then since then, over the years during the winter, she's had a handful of starts on the dirt, and she's fared quite well. One of those was actually 3 starts back while she was in for 12-5 against non-winners of 3 Lifetime, and was just second best behind Ghostly Night. Since then, though, she's been able to pick up a win in her most recent start. She was actually picked out of that event for $7,500. Now joins the barn of Julie Mathis, and I just think this one is obviously a lot to like. She does have very good form and has been consistent so far this year and has that dirt experience. So Cozy Valentine is where I landed in the top spot. The number 6, Jara, I thought she raced really well in her first start here this season. It was going the 5/8 distance against allowance optional climbing event competition, and she was just second best behind Determined Love. Determined Love, was swinging for home, just kept on opening up on the field, and Jara did have to work for it underneath, but that was a competitive event, especially knowing that it was a little bit earlier on in the season. Weren't sure where these seasoned mares kind of were in terms of fitness, and she raced very well. She'd have a couple starts, though, to kind of prep her for that back in April at both Tampa and Woodbine, and she had success here last year. She was a 3-time winner in 2022, but she had back-to-back wins against some really tough competition, so excited to see her make another start here this season. Pierre Malhot in the irons. And then from there, the number 3, Jimbala, she didn't show much in her first race on the year, but now that she's 8, one would think maybe it takes her a little bit more to get going. And looking at her races last year, she really started to thrive later in the meet. Had 2 very big wins, an 83 by her speed figure and a 77. And then to see her last time out, it did look like she raced better. She was 3rd. Her numbers did not improve, but at least she was able to get into the money. And she was beaten by 7 1/4, but the top 2 in there were kind of much the best in that stakes race back on Father's Day. So as I mentioned, I just think maybe it's going to take her a little bit longer now to get into form. And so I use her underneath. But for me, excited to see the number 1, Cozy Valentine, here at the Fort.
Field for today's fifth race is making their way on track. These are starter optional claiming fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, which have started for a claiming price of $5,000 or less in the last 2 years, or going for a price of $10,000. We're going to travel 6 furlongs here. Race 5 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, and 20-cent superfecta wagering. Leading the post parade, number 1 is Cozy Valentine. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Julie Mathis and owner Bruno Schickadans. Number 2 is Westpaw. Brian Shane rides for trainer Julie Mathis and owner David Mathis. Number 3 is Gimbala. Brandon Boulanger has the call for trainer John Sims, who part owns with Harvey Bussey. Scratch to 4. Number 5 is Hasn't Hit Me Yet. Ishmael Mascara has the call for owner-trainer Desmond Maynard. And completing the field, number 6 is Jara. Pierre Mailhot in the saddle for trainer Richard Davis and owner Bruno Schickadans. 1 minute post for the 5th. Late double wagering kicks off here. Starting gate has taken position at the 6 furlong mark. Not much time left to get your race 5 wagers in. Late double kicks off here. Field for race 5 is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. 3 of them battling for favoritism. Cozy Valentine at 8-5. Gimbala now also 8-5. And 2-1 on the outside runner Jara. Cozy Valentine first to load under Kirk Johnson. Gate 2 for Westpaw. Brian Shane aboard. One of 2 grays in this field. Gimbala with Brandon Boulanger. Hasn't Hit Me Yet and Ishmael Mascara. Last up will be Jara with Pierre Mailhot. All set. And they're off. Cozy Valentine broke a little slowly. Jara showing speed from the outside with Gimbala and Hasn't Hit Me Yet between them. It's a gap of 2 back to Westpaw, racing in 4th. And another 2 back to Cozy Valentine, who angles to the outside. Down the backstretch they go. It's a duel up front. Gimbala and Jara going at it on the lead, giving a good spot to Hasn't Hit Me Yet, racing from 3rd, 2 lengths off the lead. It's a gap of about 4 to Westpaw, and Cozy Valentine begins to gather momentum on the outside. The quarter was 22-1. It's still a duel up front. Jara sticks ahead in front of Gimbala. These 2 have opened up about 3.5 on Hasn't Hit Me Yet. Cozy Valentine needs to get going. She still has 8 lengths to make up on the leaders. Westpaw is now the trailer. Just over a quarter of a mile to go. Jara and Gimbala still locked in battle. Hasn't Hit Me Yet begins to inch closer, angling to the 3 path as they swing for home. Cozy Valentine still has to make up 6 lengths. Down the stretch they come. Jara and Gimbala have been exchanging blows throughout. Hasn't Hit Me Yet inching closer down the outside, but still hasn't reached the leaders. Jara, Gimbala, they're head and head. They're both dead game, neither one giving an inch. Jara, Gimbala has the head in front. Gimbala, Jara still trying down to the wire. That's a photo finish. Jara and Gimbala were the best throughout. Cozy Valentine rallied to be 3rd, then Hasn't Hit Me Yet. 1:11-1. Hold all tickets. That's a photo in the 5th. In the photo, give it to the outside. Number 6, Jara. Second was the 3, Gimbala. Third, number 1, Cozy Valentine. And fourth, number 5, Hasn't Hit Me Yet. Hold all tickets. We have a rider's claim of foul in the running of race number 5. The rider of number 3, Gimbala, alleging interference against the unofficial winner, Jara. Hold all tickets until the inquiry has concluded. No change in today's fifth race. The results will stand as posted. Now down in the winner's circle, the official race 5 winner. Number 6, Jara. Jara is a 6-year-old gray or roan mare by Constitution out of our Jenny B. Bred in Kentucky by Elm Tree Farm LLC. Ridden to victory today by Pierre Mailhot for trainer Richard Davis and owner Bruno Schickendans. That's lifetime win number 6 for Jara, who completes the 6 furlongs today in a time of 1:11 and 1. Prices are up. Jara pays $5.80, $3, and $2.10. Gimbala, $2.62.10, and number 1, Cozy Valentine, $2.20. $2 Exacta, $6.3, $11.80. The $1 Try, $6.31, $12.55. $1 Super, $6.315, $17.85. $2 Double, $4.6, $25.90. And the $1 Pick 3, $29.15. On screen now, the win photo for today's 5th race. That's a tight one. That's a nose bob if there ever was one. We had a claim out of the 5th race, number 1, Cozy Valentine. Claimed by Bermuda Blue Farms, moves to the barn of trainer Tony Adamo. Racing is back next week at Fort Erie, Monday, July 10th and Tuesday, July 11th. First post on both days will be 4:30. Race 6 closes out the card today. We are off the turf. It will now be run at 6 1/2 furlongs over the main track. Cancel the jackpot high five. No jackpot high five wagering today. Steward scratch number 3, Menagerie. Number 5, Lady of the Fort. And number 6, Brian of Tarth. Number 9, Tequila's Melody will draw in. Change the rider to Chris Husbands. 17 minutes to post.
We round out the card here in race number 6, a maiden special weight event for fillies and mares that was originally carded for the turf course at about 7 furlongs, now moves to the dirt at 6.5. My top pick ends up being the number 8, Jimmy Is a Breeze, who was just second best last time out in her first start since joining the John Sims barn. And looking at the race, it was an off track. It was going 2 turns. She had a long layoff. She hadn't really gone 2 turns when you go down the page, and I think all in all, she did race well. Donna Roma ended up getting the job done, and looking at that one, she had good performances going long before. So I think all in all, Jimmy Is a Breeze raced well. I do think the cutback really should help her chances, as well as just making that second start off the layoff. Now, the number 4, Super Cool Storm, an interesting one here out of the Mickey Neubauer barn. You look at the races, and obviously the best one was going 9 furlongs on the grass at Fairgrounds, and this one was the pace setter and tired to finish third, beaten by 5 1/4, and really hasn't done much on the main track. But the confusing part, or maybe the interesting part, is those dirt workouts here locally. 3 bullet drills, all pretty sharp, which makes you wonder if this one's going to be able to, kind of hold her own on the main track. She does have a good pedigree, though. She's a half to a pair of stakes winners in their career, Nona Madeline, as well as another runner named Nona Mella, and they both had a lot of success in their career. Melanie Pinto, of course, in the irons here for Mickey Neubauer. And then finally, the number 1, Tangerine Twist. This one in the Julie Mathis barn. Just has that one start now as a 5-year-old. I thought she raced well. She dead heated for third back on May 30th. Now, she does have a race on the main track that was last year going 6.5 furlongs. She was part of the pace and just tired late to finish third, beaten by 7.5. But I think in terms of a number standpoint, she stepped up last time out. Yes, it was on the turf, but maybe she'll improve a second time off the layoff, and at least she has a little bit of dirt experience under her belt.
Maiden allowance, fillies and mares are making their way on track for today's sixth and final race. We are off the turf. Race 6 will now be run at 6 1/2 furlongs over the main track. Wagers offered include Win Play Show, Exactor, 20-cent try, and 20-cent superfecta. No jackpot high five today. Cancel the jackpot high five. Carryover will move into Monday's card. Number 1 is Tangerine Twist. Pierre Mailhot rides for trainer Julie Mathis and owner Bruno Chickadans. Number 2 is Mimi's Holiday. Amanda Vandermeer's pilots for trainer Josh Robillard and owner Radcliffe Racing Stable. Scratch the 3. Number 4 is Super Cool Storm. Melanie Pinto in the saddle for trainer Mickey Neubauer and owner Charles Fipke. Scratch numbers 5 and 6. Number 7 is Ashwicken. Jason Hoyt rides for trainer Gary Shadobiak and owner Terry Peon. Jimmy is a Breeze, the number 8. Brandon Boulanger rides for trainer John Sims and owner Hopefield Farm. And last to parade, number 9 is Tequila's Melody. Chris Husbands picks up the mount for trainer Claudia Rabstein and owner David Tomlinson. 3 minutes to post for the nightcap. Heading behind the starting gate for today's sixth and final race, it is now post time. 8-5 on the number 8, Jimmy is a Breeze. 2-1 second choice is number 4, Super Cool Storm. First to load is Tangerine Twist. Pierre Mailhot looking to sweep the late double. Mimi's Holiday with Amanda Vandermeersch to gate 2. Super Cool Storm, Melanie Pinto in the colors of Charles Fipke. 9-5 second choice. Ash Wicken and Jason Hoyt. Still waiting on Ash Wicken. Now it's the turn of Jimmy is a Breeze with Brandon Boulanger. Last up will be first-time starter Tequila's Melody with Chris Husbands. All set. And they're off. Super Cool Storm out well with Tangerine Twist blasting through along the rail. It's going to be Tangerine Twist leading the way as they leave the chute. Mimi's Holiday is second with Super Cool Storm to the outside. Now rushing up on the far outside is Tequila's Melody. Jimmy is a Breeze is going to settle in fifth, and the trailer is going to be Ash Wicken. Clustered up front, Tequila's Melody on the outside is stuck ahead in front of Tangerine Twist, Super Cool Storm racing between them, and here comes a rush from Mimi's Holiday. The quarter was 23-1. Jimmy is a Breeze is wide on the track in fifth, and the trailer is now Ash Wicken. Into the sunset turn they go. Mimi's Holiday and Super Cool Storm on the lead. Tequila's Melody needs to do better as Jimmy is a Breeze descends on the leaders. Jimmy is a Breeze now sticks ahead in front. Ash Wicken is creeping closer from fifth. Tangerine Twist has backed out of it. 47 flat for the half. 3 across the track. It is now Jimmy is a Breeze. Mimi's Holiday responds. Tequila's Melody is still third. Super Cool Storm has called it quits. Ash Wicken tries to rally down the outside. Mimi's Holiday is rebroken, taking the lead from Jimmy is a Breeze. It is Mimi's Holiday and Amanda Vandermeersch. Jimmy is a Breeze trying from second. Needing to do better from the outside is Ash Wicken. It is Mimi's Holiday extending the lead. Mimi's Holiday and Amanda Vandermeersch going to draw clear for an easy win. Coming back on for second with Super Cool Storm. Jimmy is a Breeze third, and then Ash Wicken 118-4. Unofficial in race 6, the winner is number 2, Mimi's Holiday. Second, number 4, Super Cool Storm. Third, number 8, Jimmy is a Breeze. And fourth, number 7, Ash Wicken. Unofficial race 6 order, 2-4-8-7. And now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial 6th race winner, number 2, Mimi's Holiday. Mimi's Holiday is a 4-year-old bay filly by Amy's Holiday out of Hurricane Mimi, bred in Ontario by Yawin Wu. Ridden to victory today by apprentice Amanda Vandermeersch for trainer Josh Robillard and owner Radcliffe Racing Stable. Mimi's Holiday was disqualified from a win in the first race of the season here at Fort Erie, but came right back and said, well, I'll do it again, breaking the maiden in attempt number 6, completing the 6 1/2 furlongs in a time of 1:18.4. Hold all tickets until race 6 is made official. It's official. Prices are up. Mimi's Holiday returns $13.70, $5 and $2.60. Number 4, Super Cool Storm, $2.60 and $2.10. And number 8, Jimmy is a Breeze, $2.10. $2 Exacta, $2.4, $29.10. The $1 Try, $2.48, $21.75. $1 Super, $2.487, $75.35. $2 Double, $6.2, $53.60. The $1 Pick 3, $68 even. $1 Pick 4, $162.20. And the $1 Pick 5, $452.80. Jackpot High Five wagering comes back on Monday. Carryover will be $18,613.59. Visit our website, FortErieRacing.com, for everything going on at the track, live streaming of the races, and all of our video replays. Tune into the pre-race show to get info about the track conditions, scratches and changes on the program, handicapping selections, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back next week at Fort Erie, Monday and Tuesday. First post both days will be 4:30. The dogs are back this summer. Wiener dog races taking place on Sunday, July 16th, and then the Basset Hounds take the track on Sunday, August 13th. Mark your calendars. The 88th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes will be on Tuesday, September 12th. Tune into Your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. And that concludes the racing week here at Fort Erie Racetrack. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Had a lovely Tuesday evening. We hope to see you all back on Monday. From all of us here at Fort Erie, have a lovely Tuesday night.